So the last thing I wanted to talk about here was what if you were still really confused about the -3 or the +1? Some students still think, oh, they forget that this is on these -3 are on the subtraction side. And so one last thing that you can do just to make sure that you're always clear, one thing that I think is a good move is to make sure that all tiles do keep, change, and all go up to the positive side. So if you do that, really this is 0 minus 3 is the math here, and this is 0 plus 1. And so what we're going to do is we're going to change that math to when you do 0 plus -3 or 0 minus +3, sorry. When you change it, you're actually changing it to 0 plus -3. And now if you really know, like you definitely have to know that +1 is higher than -3. So 0 plus -3 is not as big as 0 plus +1. That's just the case. Okay. So just to review, these are, this is how we use all of the simplifying steps that we learned. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to combine all of our like terms when we write our problem. Combine like terms. And so that means that we put all matching tiles together. So when I do that, let's see, I'm going to write that out. So on the left side I have x, and then my other matching tiles are +2, plus -2, and then minus +3. And then the next one is I'm going to do x plus 2 plus -3, and then minus -2. Those should match all of the tiles that we have on both boards. So our next simplifying move is we are going to, part of combining like terms is when we cancel 0 pairs. I'm actually going to cut that and just bring it up a little bit. So when we cancel 0 pairs, that is when we find two like terms that we put together, and they make a 0. So there you see I just put all of the different tiles that are on the same side together, and then the other one is when I take 2 of the same tile on the opposite side. So when you take a number and you minus it from itself, that is going to make 0 as well. So canceling 0 pairs is when 2 like terms combine to make 0. So when you have 2 terms that cancel to make 0, it's a pair of terms and they make 0, so that's called a 0 pair. And so what's left once you're done canceling 0 pairs is then you can do keep, change. Keep, change. That's another simplifying thing that you can do, and this is really just to eliminate confusion. So I can take tiles and move them across the line and change their sign. So this -1 tile, if I move it across the line and turn it into a +1 tile, that is keep, change. That's doing keep, change. And then I can take these 3 and I can move them across the line, and I can draw them 1, 2. Oops, I'm sorry. You know what? They're not. They're going to be negative tiles up here. So we're going to do it like that. So keep, change. What it does is it converts addition to subtracting the opposite. Or, as I like to do it, it converts, what we just did here was we convert subtraction to adding the opposite. Okay. And then step 4 is we just write the simplified expression. So 4 is our simplified expression. And so let's go through those steps one more time. We have written down our equation, but when we cancel our zero pairs, when I cancel zero pairs, the 2 and the negative 2 are going to make a 0. So here's my canceling zero pairs. I just made a 0 out of that. And so what I'm left with is x minus positive 3. That's what's left over because these two kind of cancel each other out. And then over here, I have x, but then the 2 cancels out with the negative 3 to make negative 1, and then subtracting negative 2 is going to turn this into subtracting negative 1. And so that's what I saw before the yellow part. And then after I do keep change, what this is going to do is this is going to turn this into x plus negative 3 and x plus positive 1. And then those are my most simplified expressions. So that's as simple as I can make it right there. For now, that's all we know. There are a couple other simplifying steps that we will learn later, but for now, this is what you're supposed to know. Please let me know if you have any questions, and make sure you finish the assignment so you get lots of practice.